Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome in to tonight's production of Ron Morris Racing Tuesday Night Thunder off-season action from Talladega Super Speedway. You're watching live on the Ghost Racing Network. My name is Dawson Wise. I'll be bringing you the action here tonight, going solo, flying solo, but hey, we're here nonetheless. We're ready to put on a show. It's another pretty decent field of the guys you used to seeing on Tuesday nights. About 20 have made the trip to Talladega, running for some off-season payouts. Here in the meantime, while we wait for another season of Tuesday Night Thunder. Glad to have you with me here tonight. These guys are just finishing up qualifying. We'll get them over on the grid. Once they get over there, we will get you started through our starting grid here just in a moment. These guys going through their last little bit of pre-race checks, pre-race breather that you're going to take. It might be the last one you get to take. We're going to take you through 50 laps here in the NASCAR Xfinity Series cars. Once again, making another appearance, and it's going to be a fun race. These things have put on some great shows the last couple of weeks or so, and I cannot wait. So we're going to get you on the starting grid here momentarily. New season of Ron Morris Racing Tuesday Night Thunder starting up October the 17th, so be on the lookout for that as we get closer and closer to that date. Cannot wait to bring you more Ron Morris Racing here pretty soon. Obviously, we are missing my normal partner for Tuesday nights tonight, Austin Green. He ran the eNASCAR College Series race tonight, had a great run. Came up a little bit short, but hey, Austin looked really good, looked really sporty. Obviously, happy to see him running with some of the big dogs over there in the College Series, and I wish him the best of luck here the remainder of the season. But hey, we are here tonight. We are at Talladega, and it is time to get onto the racetrack as we get ready to put these guys under the green flag for the first time. I cannot wait. And here we go. Tuesday Night Thunder getting ready to get on the speedway. As we take a look at our pole sitter there in the middle of your screen. The 14 on the scoring, the 7 on the side of that Branch Chevrolet. John Mullahan is your pole sitter tonight. As we will get you right into your starting grid here from Talladega Super Speedway. Tuesday Night Thunder. John Mullahan and Kenny McCullough will round out your front row. Mark Vondell starts third with Jason Maines to his outside. Jeff Merck for NBG goes fifth with Josh McCullough for McCullough Motorsports to his outside. Cody Nagels rolls from seventh. The big man, big boss man Ron Morris rolls off from eighth position tonight. Danny Barnes for Team PGR rolls ninth. And Aiden Kirk, who you saw in the little guys race, if you joined me for that last night, he will roll from 10th. Andrew Navarro will roll from 11th position tonight with Kyler Wynn in 12th. Daniel Eberhardt will roll from 13th with Dylan Jones in 14th. John Ward from McCullough Motorsports will roll from 15 with Logan York in the 0-2 to his outside. And our final row on the field tonight, shotgun on the field, Mike Davenport and Brandon Broadfoot. So that's your 18 starters that have pulled their cars off the hauler tonight. And we will get you set to go here for some Talladega Super Speedway racing in the Xfinity Series cars. Not a big field, but a lot of well-known guys. And the smaller field we saw last week, if you were with me on Tuesday night, put on a heck of a show. As we roll off the starting grid, getting ready to get underway for the first time here tonight. 50 laps on tap, 80% fuel in these Xfinity Series race cars. So a pit stop will be needed here at some point tonight. We saw them make one last week. The race actually came down to who made the best pit stop and who was in position at the end of the race. Again, want to thank everybody for coming out. If you are joining me, chime in tonight. If you got a favorite driver in the field, let them know. Make your voice heard tonight, as these guys definitely appreciate it. Some off-season racing holding us over till the new season of Tuesday Night Thunder coming up in a few weeks on the 17th of October. A little Tuesday night action holding us over till the PGR Thursday night heat event on Thursday night. That race is going to be normal. Austin and Baker will have you for that one. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. As I believe PGR going back to the trucks for Thursday night heat, if I'm not mistaken. And obviously we have the draft event a week from Thursday. I'll talk about a little bit about that at the end of the broadcast as well, so stick around. You'll want to hear about that. That's going to be a can't-miss night of racing here in about 9 days. For now, we've still got some action to settle. The payouts are still very good tonight. It's not going to be quite a full payout, but it's pretty close. Scaled down a little bit from the 25 drivers. It's still going to be a nice, healthy payout for our top 5 finishers here tonight. Pace car will make the left turn onto the pit lane for the first time this evening. and leave the field in the hands of John Mullahan. He's got Kenny McCullough and Mark Vondell right there with him at the front of the field, looking to set the pace early. Into the restart zone they come for the first time. Mullahan and McCullough going to get us underway on another beautiful Tuesday night. Here we go. Green flag is in the air from Talladega Super Speedway. We're racing an off-season Tuesday Night Thunder. Not a great start by the bottom line behind John Mullahan. It's going to allow Kenny McCullough to get to the early lead with the help of Jason Maines. Aiden Kirk, excuse me, it's not Aiden Kirk, it's Josh McCullough in that green car. I'm used to seeing Aiden Kirk drive a green car. That's Josh McCullough behind Jason Maines. Kenny drops across John Mullahan. You see Cody Nagels out of line. He's going to the back. Does not like what he sees. Jason Maines, same thing, different direction. Out to the third line, going to the back of this small field. As we settle in here tonight, and we are underway here from Talladega. We'll see if it's anything like our Daytona race last week, which was very tame until the pit stop. See Ron Morris dive out of line. He wants to go to the back. Well, as many guys are going to the back, it's not going to be worth it to go to the back anymore. You're going to cycle right back to the front. That's going to allow Aiden Kirk to become the lead pusher on the outside of the racetrack behind Josh McCullough. I have to get used to some of these cars again, some of these paint schemes I have not seen before, so bear with me. I'm looking through trying to find some guys I don't know, trying to get used to it. Jeff Merck on the bottom in the 60. He almost got the job done last week at Daytona. Almost ended the long, dry spell that's been plaguing that 60 car for the last several weeks. Almost got it done last week. Could tonight be the night for Jeff Merck? Josh McCullough, healthy push to the lead, and that's a guy we don't see every single night. Kyler Wynn is in the field tonight in the white and red 82. Good to see Kyler out here running some off-season Tuesday Night Thunder. Josh McCullough out to the race lead. Mike Davenport had his teammate with him. They were looking 3 wide. They think better of it, though. Nope. Now, hang on just a minute. Brandon Broadfoot is going to be the first to move out in front of Mike Davenport. He's going to bring the PGR boys with him. And so the third line begins to build. 3 cars up against the outside wall. Leaves Kyler Wynn and Aiden Kirk in the middle by themselves on the bottom. It's the McCullough Motorsports teammates 4 deep on the bottom of the racetrack. Josh McCullough, Kenny McCullough. Well, I lied. Josh McCullough jumps up in front of Kyler Wynn, tries to control the lanes. Kyler tries to split him, and he's going to get there. Kyler Wynn. An aggressive move to the middle of the racetrack. The problem is he has no help. Aiden Kirk fades to the outside with Josh McCullough. Now he fades back in line. Allows Kenny McCullough to go back to the lead. Still 2 teammates on the bottom for Kenny, as he's got John Mullahan and Mark Vondell lined up right behind him. Kyler Wynn leading the middle line now as he shuffled Josh McCullough out to the outside wall where he got picked up by Brandon Broadfoot, but they are going in the wrong direction with only 2 cars. McCullough still leading off into 3 2x2 with the exception of McCullough. Well, now only Josh McCullough as Brandon Broadfoot drops in line. So now it is only only Josh McCullough that is out there 3 wide looking for some help. He's going to get it in the form of Brandon Broadfoot. A couple other guys starting to peek out of line. I think that's Dylan Jones. It is Dylan Jones. Third in the outside line, the Raptor machine. Aiden Kirk goes. Does he have any help? Nope. He fades right back in line behind Kyler Wynn. It's going to allow Kenny another nice surge off into 1 and 2 to maintain the lead. Top side. 3 cars deep now as Davenport jumps up in front of Josh McCullough and Brandon Broadfoot. Now Danny Barnes goes with him, and the energy starts to transition up the racetrack and against the wall. Off into turn number 3. Davenport, McCullough get clear. Broadfoot does not. Going to have to pinch a little bit. New leader at Talladega, PGR's Mike Davenport. Josh McCullough says, oh, no, not so fast. I'm going to go right back out to the outside, pick up Broadfoot and Barnes, try to make my own run. Kyler Wynn shoving hard in the middle on the back of the 55. Still the McCullough Motorsports teammates on the bottom, Kenny and John Mullahan. Lap 6 goes on the board. They're flying by at Talladega. You know they're going to have to make a pit stop at some point in the middle stages of this race. We just don't know when it's going to happen quite yet. Broadfoot, Barnes still out in the outside lane trying to get around Dylan Jones. Bottom side starts to surge as Aiden Kirk goes middle to bottom in behind John Mullahan and Kenny McCullough. Josh McCullough's got the help, got the energy as Dylan Jones jumps out there with Danny Barnes and Brandon Broadfoot. That allows Jeff Merck to jump into the middle. He's third behind Kyler Wynn. And watching on from the back of the field, John Ward, Jason Maines, Cody Nagels just kind of content to sit, run right where they are, and wait for a more opportune moment. Davenport is clear to the bottom if he wants it, decides to stay up. Kyler Wynn maybe not too happy about that decision. And now Davenport drops to the bottom, whether by choice or not. New leader at Talladega, Kyler Wynn in the 82. With help from Jeff Merck of NBG Motorsports, one of only 2 NBG cars in the field tonight. Expected to see 2 more of their entries. 2 more not able to make the race in time. Off turn 4, still 2x2, about 6 rows deep. The rest of the field single file. As everybody just kind of settles in, I think this is what you're going to see. They're going to settle in, run some 2x2 racing here for a little bit. Well, right as I say that, Brandon Broadfoot takes the run to the outside, but no help to go with him. Now Josh McCullough does. As they hit the outside, McCullough says, I don't think that's going anywhere. I'm going to jump back in line. That's going to force Brandon Broadfoot to jump in behind Josh McCullough and Dylan Jones. In fact, he may go a little further back. So 4 rows 2 wide now. 5 if you count Dylan Jones. There's still 3 wide back there. Off into turn number 3. Broadfoot files in behind the Jones machine. Up front, though. Lead back. Turned over to Mike Davenport. Strong run under the driver from Team PGR. And even though this is a small field, does not mean that A, these guys can't put on a show because they're already doing so, and B, that this can't be momentum. This can absolutely be a momentum race. Going into Thursday, going into future Tuesdays, going to the draft event next Thursday. This could absolutely serve as some great momentum for some of the guys that you see in the winning picture in PGR on a weekly basis. Wynn back to the lead with help from Merck, and now Danny Barnes, who's found his way to the top 5 for the first time tonight. Josh McCullough jumps out 3 wide. Not really much he's going to be able to do with it there, though, with no help. He's going to have to, I think, just settle to ride behind Danny Barnes. Mike Davenport still continues to lead lap 10. Going to go on the board at Talladega. Brandon Broadfoot's found his way back into the conversation as well. Still 2x2. Most of the way back now, all the way back. Broadfoot, I'll tell you what, I'll give Brandon Broadfoot some serious credit. He's really trying to make the third line work. Now he's got a committed teammate. Well, not a teammate, but you know what I mean. Some committed help up there in the form of Josh McCullough. They're starting to move forward. Here comes Brandon Broadfoot. And that Monster Energy Chevrolet up against the outside wall. And unfortunately for Kyler Wynn's going to kind of drag the middle backwards a little bit, allow the McCullough boys to maybe get clear and try to make a move here. Kenny, for now, opting to stay in line, though. Now it's going to be almost 4 wide back around Josh McCullough, Brandon Broadfoot. They've got some help coming down in the form of the boss man, Ron Morris, but Josh McCullough drops out of line. Morris going to stay up top for now. I think he may fade back in line in front of Daniel Eberhardt. As Merck now leads the top, Kyler Wynn drops to the bottom. Now back to the top goes Kyler Wynn. No surprise there. The aggression level for Kyler Wynn already very high. Allows Davenport to get right back into the race here on the bottom of the racetrack. Help from Kenny McCullough. Merck going to have to settle for just pushing for now. Davenport goes back to the race lead. Lap 11 on the board. Lap 12 going to be on the board when we come back around and flash by the start-finish line once again. Most of the field single file. John Ward is out of line back there. I think Ron Morris is also out of line. Kyler Wynn doing an excellent job of managing these 2 lanes, allowing Jeff Merck to stay cool. But now I think he may have made a little bit of a mistake. Now Danny Barnes pushes the 60 up to the back bumper of the 82, tries to get it to where maybe the 60 can go lead some laps. As Kyler Wynn continues to lead on the back straightaway. Jeff Merck going to the lead around him, though. So Kyler Wynn, Jeff Merck going 2x2 up top. Aiden Kirk and Logan York, who's at the front for the first time. Back to 3 wide. Josh McCullough finds some teammates he'd like to go up there with. They decide to make it happen. Aiden Kirk, the lead guy on the outside line, and they are flying. Aiden Kirk's going to have the race lead here at the start-finish line. As Barnes splits Merck 4 wide. Nope, now they get back in line. New leader, Aiden Kirk, and Logan York may be able to get down with him here. In fact, they may get all 3 of them down, and they do. Excellent run to the front. Aiden Kirk, Logan York, and Josh McCullough making it look easy at the front of the field. Everybody's starting to single out. You know what that means? It usually means pit stops, but I think right now it's just everybody logging laps. Kyler Wynn back to the outside, trying to drag Jeff Merck, Danny Barnes, Brandon Broadfoot along with him. So 4 cars on the outside line. They're starting to get it rolling once again. John Ward trying to make his way up to the front a little bit. He's a little far back to get any draft. Kyler Wynn pinching hard in the outside lane. This is as hard as we've seen anybody pinch in these cars, and he's going to go all the way to the lead because of it. Kyler Wynn back to the lead at Talladega. Aiden Kirk led a couple laps, but not quite enough to maintain his lead out front. So Wynn goes back to the lead. Now back up in front of Merck. Logan York may have gotten a push there from Josh McCullough. Going to have to try to fade back up on the racetrack, and he will right behind the 0-5. Well, he started to. I think he's going to the back. I think Logan York's trying to go to the back. Something amiss on the 0-2. Kyler Wynn, meanwhile, is going to take advantage and lead, but not for long. Aiden Kirk back to the bottom of the racetrack. The 2 green cars working together once again. The 47. How good has this guy looked the past few times we've seen him? Kirk controlling the field. The Pied Piper here so far, the last 5 laps or so. Got to think Jeff Merck's probably getting hot. Going to have to kind of manage a little bit until he gives Kyler Wynn another quick shot. And here is that shot. Kyler Wynn back to the race lead at Talladega. Now 6 cars in the outside line. Wynn, Merck, Barnes, and Davenport, the 2 teammates. And then Broadfoot and John Ward, who's made his first appearance at the front of the field tonight, about to break inside the top 10 for the first time in the race. Lap 15 is on the board. We're flying through this one. Davenport goes all the way to the outside. Broadfoot hangs him out to dry. Ward may go with him, though. Third line starting to form up. Energy is up top once again. Let's see if Danny Barnes hops out in front of his teammate when they get there. They have to get some more draft. Perhaps Broadfoot will go with them as well. Still 2x2, 6 rows deep in this field, and haven't really talked a lot about Andrew Navarro. He's back there near the tail end of the field. Same with Cody Nagels, as we've discussed already. Daniel Eberhard, Dylan Jones, Jason Maines. Some guys you usually see up at the front, deciding for now to run a little bit more conservative. Kyler Wynn, meanwhile, is on the opposite end of that spectrum. He is all gas, no brakes, all aggression all the time. But now that he went to the bottom, he opened the door. New leader at Talladega, the 60 for NBG, Jeff Merck, back to the race lead. You knew it wasn't going to be very long before he got a chance to lead laps here at Talladega, but not maybe for long. Here comes the third line with Brandon Broadfoot, John Ward, Cody Nagels making his first appearance at the front of the field tonight. He jumps up to help the third lane. Let's see if they can get anything going. Allows Kyler Wynn to jump right back out in front of this field. Let's see if he goes. Oh, trouble. McCullough. Kenny McCullough is around a little further back. He's going to get it saved. Great save by the driver of the 0-3. He may actually keep the draft if he can get back up fast enough. I don't think so. I don't believe so. No, he will not. Tough break for Kenny McCullough. Whoa, Josh McCullough, Aiden Kirk getting a little out of shape. Josh McCullough still clipping the apron. Now Mullahan clips the apron. That's going to allow Jeff Merck to go right back to the lead. On the outside, and he's going to drag right down across Kyler Wynn. You want to talk about a Pied Piper in the Xfinity Series cars, it's Jeff Merck. His specialty is the Xfinity Series race cars. And he is showing his muscle right now, just like he did last week. Out front of this field. Wynn may take it. Oh, not sure what happened to Kyler Wynn right there. He's actually going backwards. So some interesting strategies. Ward went to the back. Josh McCullough went to the back, I think, to pick up Kenny. Now Kyler Wynn's going to try to get back up on the racetrack. He's going backwards. And allows PGR's Danny Barnes to lead the race for the first time. Good to see Danny running well. And out front, Logan York now actually leads the middle of the three lines. As he's going to go to lead with the help of Dylan Jones. A lot of shuffling at the front of the field. Logan York leads for the first time at Talladega, now outside. Here they come, Navarro and Eberhardt for the first time in the race. Looking for the race lead. They're going to be 3 wide for the lead off of turn number 2. A huge push from Daniel Eberhardt in the 90. They're both going to be clear. Well clear here by the time we get halfway down the backstretch. Oh, I lied. Dylan Jones coming back to the aid of Logan York. Navarro will be clear. Eberhardt will not. York goes middle to bottom, says, I'm not going to stay behind you. I'm going to go right to the bottom. Oh, Danny Barnes hits the apron, hits it again, slides loose, saves it. Right back up on the racetrack comes the 7. That's going to allow Andrew Navarro to poke his nose out front for the first time tonight. A couple of PGR wins for him the last few weeks, including the night he won the LCQ and the feature back-to-back. Dylan Jones now goes to the lead for the first time with the help of Daniel Eberhardt. So a lot of shuffling, a lot of guys that spent the first portion of this race at the back have now come forward in a hurry. As here for the first time tonight as well, Jason Maines is at the front of the field. He qualified up front. We saw him go to the back early. The aggression level ramping up for the driver of the 1. So the Lennox Industries Chevrolet making it happen. Drops to the bottom in front of Jeff Merck. Merck cuts him a break. And Navarro right back to the outside of Dylan Jones. A lot of shuffling going on now that we're getting approaching this halfway point, when you would imagine we'd see some guys come to pit road. We're getting close to what I think is going to be the pit window. It's going to be 30 laps or so. I think that they're going to be able to make it run 3 wide up against the outside wall. Here come the McCulloughs. Josh McCullough pushed by John Warden, Kenny McCullough Jr. And they are hooked up. They're going to have a huge run here off turn 2. Let's see how far they can take it. Middle line fading as Broadfoot and Davenport wait for some help. Up front, it's all Navarro, Eberhardt, Dylan Jones, Jason Maines. These guys content to ride in line behind Andrew Navarro. We are getting ever closer to what like I said, is going to be the only pit stop of the race. Let's see if anybody comes this time. Nope. You got to get to halfway. I think before you can even think about pitting, you get to halfway, make sure it's a one-stop race. Then you think about coming to pit road, maybe short pitting a little bit, catching the field off guard. McCullough Motorsports still charging to the outside of the racetrack. Josh McCullough and John Ward with the help of Mike Davenport and loosely Brandon Broadfoot. He's trying to get his way back up here. Navarro, if he can help it, needs to go all the way. He's going to get hung out. Josh McCullough, John Ward, no patience there. Davenport goes with him. Navarro going backwards in a hurry. Eberhardt up to try to get Navarro some draft. Allows Josh McCullough to briefly lead the race. The middle line still no energy, no push. Bottom line trying to recover. The top line can have all the momentum here off of turn number 4. Navarro is back to the back bumper of Eberhardt, but I don't think it's going to matter. Josh McCullough to the race lead. He's going to stay in the middle across the nose of the white and blue number 90. Now he goes all the way down across Dylan Jones. Going to try to allow John Ward to get a push from Mike Davenport. That allows Eberhardt to lead the race. And guys like Logan York, Cody Nagel, Sean Mullahan sit in the back of this field going, okay, I think I'm going to back off a little bit, wait for the pit stop. I can't say I blame them. Still 3 wide, 3 rows deep. Bottom line, Josh McCullough, Dylan Jones, Jason Maines, Jeff Merck, middle, Eberhardt, Navarro, and Broadfoot topside. John Ward, Mike Davenport, and Danny Barnes. Just a couple laps short of halfway. We're going to put 24 on the board of 50. Still all clean, all green, but some contact in the trial between Eberhardt and Josh McCullough. Josh saves it. Going to try to fade back up on the racetrack and will get it righted. An incredible save by the driver of the 05, Josh McCullough. Oh, trouble! Around goes the 55 of Mike Davenport. Jason Maines is involved as well. And we're going to pile them up for the first time in turns 1 and 2 here on lap 24. You saw it unfold right in the middle of your screen. We'll try to get a better look at it here. So it's going to start, I think, with Brandon Broadfoot. Yep, there it is. Brandon Broadfoot gets into the side of Mike Davenport. Jason Maines not anywhere he can really go. Jeff Merck. Oh, my goodness. Jeff Merck. That's the most luck he's had in several weeks. Logan York, Aiden Kirk, not as lucky. Oh, my goodness. That's a huge hit for Jason Maines and Aiden Kirk. Davenport, Broadfoot, York. Kenny McCullough goes for a slide. I think he's going to save it. He gets a piece of his teammate, John Mullahan. Cody Nagels is going to get a piece of this. Kyler Wynn got a piece of this. You see Ron Morris off in the infield grass. I'll tell you what. This might be the most exciting ride we get. You see the nameplate there, Jeff Merck in the 60, sees him wrecking, and oh boy. A panic moment for Jeff Merck. Let's go back to Cody Nagels. He's a little further back. Sees him wrecking, lifts out, kind of starts to gas up, has to go to the bottom and hope he gets a little bit lucky and does get a piece of the left side of Kenny McCullough. So caution flag for the first time here tonight at Talladega. You got to imagine everyone's coming to pit road right here. Get some fuel and get ready for the last run to the end of the race. And it's been a good one so far. A lot of shuffling. Feels like almost everyone in the field's had a chance to lead. And on this caution, John Ward leads the field down the pit lane. I want to thank everybody who's out here tonight. We'll go through the chat while we have a second. Sorry, I didn't really have a second there. Jonah's in chat. He's rooting on the 6 of Cody Nagels. Danelda Adams. Let's go NBG. Only a couple of those guys in the field tonight. Merck and Nagels. And Kevin Nagels in the chat as well, rooting for Cody and Jeff Merck. So good to see everybody out here. It's a great Tuesday night. Great to be with you as we kind of bridge the gap between our what was an electric end to the Ron Morris Racing Tuesday Night Thunder season and the start of a new season. Just going to bring with it a lot of twists and turns. I'll save that for when we get back with you for some points racing on October 17th. For now, consider this like the equivalent of when NASCAR would go to Daytona and do winter testing. That's essentially what we're doing, but hey, we're paying money to the top 5 guys. They were not paying any money to go test. So, equivalent, yes, but also no. Dylan Jones, Andrew Navarro, our top 2 here on this caution. Brandon Broadfoot tailing the lead lap. He's going to have to take the wave around here. When we come back to 1 to go, we're going to put him back under green on lap number 28. With 23 laps to go here from Talladega Superspeedway. Broadfoot now actually is going to drop below the apron, drop all the way to the back. He's going to be a lap down. So not sure what happened on the Broadfoot machine. So he'll drop to the back of the field. He's actually, I think, going to make the trip here to pit road while he's at it. Nope, stays on the racetrack. And we're going to get ready to put him back under the green flag. Dylan Jones, Andrew Navarro, John Ward, Danny Barnes, John Mullahan are your top 10, and it becomes a sprint race now. Inside halfway. It's a small field. You don't have to wait you don't have to go as early. You can certainly wait a little bit longer, but you still want to make your moves in a timely manner. You want to get up to the front and make sure you're in position to make the right move to win the race. I want to be playing from behind the 8 ball. So Guys like Cody Nagels, Kyler Wynn, Kenny McCullough, Daniel Eberhardt, Jason Maines are going to start figuring out what their next move is here as we get ready to go back under the green flag. Plenty of guys to watch up here. Dylan Jones has had success in PGR recently, as has Andrew Navarro. John Ward's had a lot of success across multiple promotions here in the last couple of months. Danny Barnes has got to feel like he's due for Team PGR. He's in a good spot. He's running 4th. John Mollahan, Jeff Merck looking to end some dry spells. Merck especially. And you go back a little bit further, you got Josh McCullough. If you've tuned into any of the Little Guys series for John Ward on late Monday nights, if you followed me over here, you'll know Josh McCullough has run well in that series. He's run well in other promotions as well. Ron Morris looking for some success tonight. Mike Davenport's had some success in PGR the last couple of weeks. Mark Bondell, a former Tuesday Night Thunder winner. So a lot of different storylines, a lot of different situations that guys are in terms of what kind of momentum they're riding into this race. So here we go. It's going to be 23 laps to go. And Dylan Jones has the field in hand into the restart zone. Green flag is back in the air from Talladega. 23 laps remaining here. Tuesday Night Thunder off-season racing. John Ward, a nice push to Dylan Jones up top. Danny Barnes looking to get connected with Andrew Navarro. Already Josh McCullough looks 3 wide, thinks better of it, jumps back in line. Well, he's still leaning. Although I think, if I were him, I wouldn't look now, but I think if he jumps to the 3rd line, he's not going to have a spot in the 2nd line anymore. As Cody Nagels, the teammate of Jeff Merck, has jumped in behind the 0-5. Up front, 2x2 for the lead as Dylan Jones, Andrew Navarro trade the lead back and forth here. These guys have made their pit stops. It's now just going to be who makes the right move at the right time, who can keep their car clean, and do what they need to do. There goes McCullough to the outside now. It's going to allow his teammate Nagels to get in behind him. Drag race to the start-finish line. Kyler Wynn's behind Josh McCullough now. Navarro leads the lap at the line. Here comes the 0-5 with the help of the 82. The 90 jumps up there. It's going to take him a minute to get there. 3 wide, 2 rows deep. Right here at the front of the field, Kyler Wynn giving a really, really nice push to the 0-5. Cody Nagel says, I'm going to join that train. He's going to get some help from Daniel Eberhardt. New leader at Talladega is going to be Josh McCullough by the time we get to turn number 3. Down the Alabama gang super stretch they come. Guys Dyson back and forth trying to make the right move. Navarro back out front. Danny Barnes with a nice push to the back of the 42. And now the bottom surges once again. Ward to Dylan Jones. This is a really great group of drivers here at the front. 3 wide, 3 rows deep. Eberhardt fades back in line. York's going to take his spot. McCullough leads once again. 21 laps to go. And you would think it was 1 lap to go. McCullough gets clear. He's going to take it right down in front of Andrew Navarro. Whoa, Danny Barnes trying to bounce around. Trouble. Around they go. Cody Nagel's up in the air and up on top of the catch fencing. He's going to bounce back down the racetrack, barrel roll, and land on his lid. Cody Nagels comes to rest on the roof of that black and gold 6 car. So yellow flag once again out here, and it starts with Danny Barnes. Try to get a little better angle of it for you. You already see him bouncing around a little bit. I think he made some contact with Cody. Then he makes contact with John Ward. They're actually going to clip Andrew Navarro and Kyler Wynn. They're both in this as well. Nagels up on top of the wall. Jeff Merck is involved. Looking a little further up. Mark Vondell, Daniel Eberhardt is involved. Ron Morris is involved. John Mullahan is involved. This is a lot of cars. Mike Davenport, I think, may have gotten through it. Same with Kenny McCullough. Brandon Broadfoot on the brakes. Ward, does he catch win again? No. York, it looks like gets through it as well. So another caution here at Talladega. We'll get one more angle for you, and why not go on board with the driver of the 6, Cody Nagels, as he is giving us a unique perspective of this 2.66 mile oval here at Talladega. And unfortunately, as he comes to rest, not going to give us much of a perspective of anything. Tough break for the driver of the 6, Cody Nagels. He is still going to be sitting on pit road. He's going to go at least one whole lap down. So we'll see if he can make that time up. Going to need another caution, potentially more than one, to get back in this race. Looks like everybody else was able to get it back going, at least to pit road, and get their damage repaired. So when we go back into the green flag, it's going to be what looks to be 17 laps to go here from Talladega Superspeedway. Brandon Broadfoot back on the lead lap as part of that caution. John Mullahan is sitting on pit road, as is Cody Nagels. They both have lost a lap already. I believe Aiden Kirk, Kyler Wynn are still on the lead lap, just getting some damage repaired. It's been a good one so far, I'll tell you what. It's a nice appetizer for what we got going on later in the week on Thursday night. You'll see a lot of these guys back in the field for Thursday night heat. Kind of a nice tune-up, although I do think we are going back to the truck series. Cannot verify that for sure, but I'm pretty sure we're going back to the trucks, so maybe not as much of a tune-up as these guys wanted, but hey, another chance to run around. The same guys you run around a lot. Win some more money, get yourself on some more momentum. Josh McCullough is going to try to fake out the field on pit road. Kenny McCullough makes a pit stop in the 0-3 as he hits the pit lane here with 18 laps to go. Cody Nagels, John Mullahan still sitting on pit road. Aiden Kirk is out, but he is more than one lap down. One to go from Talladega here as we get ready to put him back under the green flag. Will be 17 laps to go as Josh McCullough now has control of the field. Dylan Jones will have a teammate lined up with him in the form of Jason Maines on the outside of the racetrack. Daniel Eberhard, Andrew Navarro will be third and fifth. They're working together. Row 4, you got Mike Davenport, John Ward. Then you got Danny Barnes and Jeff Merck rounding out the top 10. Jeff Merck did take a fast repair. He's got a fresh car, but it might be the only one he's got left. Aiden Kirk has a fresh car as well, but he's more than one lap down. Ron Morris is 11th as they run right now in scoring. Kenny McCullough, Brandon Broadfoot, Mark Vondell are the 14 lead lap cars. There's Aiden Kirk. There's Kyler Wynn. They are both off the lead lap. John Mullahan, I believe, is taking his car behind the wall, so his night is over. So he's the only car out of the race. We got 3 cars that are 1 or more laps down. And so it'll be 14 cars for now that are on the lead lap, getting ready to try to settle this one. Still 17 laps to go from Talladega. Still a little ways, especially with this small a field. And so here we go. Josh McCullough gains control of the field. The pace car makes the hard left turn. Daniel Eberhard already right up on the back of the 0-5, ready to go. Not even in the tri-oval yet. Jason Maines not really anywhere to be found here on Dylan Jones. We're going to wait and see if he creeps up a little closer. He will. Into the restart zone they come. Green flag once again from Talladega Superspeedway. 17 laps to go. It was a great restart by Dylan Jones. He timed that one up really well. Going to have some help from his teammates. Serious cloud cover now over the top of the racetrack in turns 1 and 2. It definitely changes the line of sight for these drivers. And it's going to lower that track temp just a little bit. Weather over there on the right side, 100-degree track. That's lower than what it was earlier. It was closer to 120, so it has come down quite a bit. Third line working, John Ward. With help from Jeff Merck in the 60, they're going to have help from Ron Morris. Third line starting to work the energy. They're trying to get it wound up. I think they're just going to have to settle and stay in line now. Logan York looks outside. Ward goes with him, and Merck goes with him. 3 by 3 once again at Talladega. The middle line hung out to dry here. Only 2 cars in the middle. Dylan Jones and Jason Maines. Up top, Logan York now is going to challenge for the lead. 3 wide, York, Jones, and McCullough. 16 laps to go from Talladega. There's Cody Nagels off the lead lap. Same with Kyler Wynn. They're both back in this lead group, though. Josh McCullough surges ahead, but now the outside line is going to have a lot of energy in the form of Logan York and John Ward. I don't think they'll be able to get him clear, but it's going to be awfully close. That line pushing for all they're worth. York, top to bottom in front of Dylan Jones. What a move by the 0-2. It allows John Ward to jump top to middle. What an incredible heads-up move by Logan York. He saw the 7 of Jones go from the middle to the bottom. He was going to go to the middle and immediately just hung another left. Jones hangs him out. 4 wide here at Talladega for the first time. York trying to hold his line. Jones trying to take the spot away. Banging doors at Talladega on the front stretch. And now Jones goes for a slide. He saves it. Some short track tempers on a super speedway, and we work it out somehow. Dylan Jones not going to be happy about that one, I can't imagine. And up front, as it dust settles, Jeff Merck goes back to the race lead with the help of now Jason Maines in the middle. Cody Nagels trying to get Ron Morris to the front of the field. He's going to get him awfully close. Nagels with a healthy push. With only 2 cars in the outside line. Going to have a little bit more help than that, I do believe. John Ward to the inside of the racetrack for the race lead. He's got help from a great pusher in the form of Andrew Navarro, and Logan York is third in line. Daniel Eberhard tailing on the back of this group, trying to make something work now. Josh McCullough goes to the outside with Nagels and Ron Morris. It's going to allow Morris to poke his nose out front, but not for long. Jeff Merck back to the race lead. Still 3 by 3, 3 rows deep. Second group starting to close back in just a little bit. It's led by Mike Davenport. They are singled out trying to get some draft. Now Ron Morris Jr., the boss man, goes to the race lead into turn number 3 and controls the field now with 14 laps to go. Josh McCullough, Kyler Wynn in behind Cody Nagels. Now remember, Kyler Wynn, Cody Nagels not on a lead lap. They still can't go up to the front. Try to make it difficult on the race leaders. Obviously get a lap back if a caution comes out. Get it back the hard way. But they are not racing for the race lead. 13 laps to go. As we cross the line, Morris down in front of the bottom lane, in front of his teammate, John Ward. Now it could get really interesting. Cody could get lined up with his NBG teammate, Jeff Merck. Ron Morris thought about jumping back to the middle line. Not going to do it there. Maines and Eberhard trying to push Jeff Merck for all they're worth. They know if the NBG cars get hooked up, even if Cody isn't on the lead lap, it's going to be tough to beat him. Merck goes back to the lead just for a moment. As the run starts to fade just a little bit on the outside, as Cody and Josh McCullough go backwards just a little. Middle line starting to push a lot harder. Bottom line, same deal. John Ward and Jason Maines trying to get those cars in front of them, out front, out of their way, so they can cool off a little bit. Merck goes back to the race lead, pokes the car out front. 12 laps to go now from Talladega. Jason Maines peeking out in the middle of the corner. He's looking for temperatures anywhere he can find them. One car must be running hot. Top line wound up once again. Here they come again. Cody Nagels and Josh McCullough. Great racing up at the front of the field. Dylan Jones and Logan York have caught this group. Same with Mike Davenport and Danny Barnes. Jeff Merck goes middle to bottom in front of Ron Morris. And that's going to allow the middle to open up here just briefly for the one of Jason Maines. With help from Eberhardt and Maines' teammate Dylan Jones in the middle. Drag race to the stripe. New leader at Talladega, Jason Maines. He's going to have the bottom if he wants it. He's going to stay in the middle for now. Try to keep Cody pinned on the top with Josh McCullough. Now he goes down and back up to the middle. Saw the run starting to fade on the bottom. Decides to go back to the middle and follow the run. Off into turn number 3. Maines still leading. He's still got the best push in the middle of the racetrack, but now a surge from the bottom here. Ron Morris pushing Jeff Merck. Merck goes back to the lead, at least for a second. A great push by Ron Morris. John Ward there in support as well. Davenport, Barnes trying to fill that gap on the bottom. Morris sneaks out of line. That was an interesting moment. That's going to get him off of the 60. You wonder if he almost blew the car up. Trying to push Jeff Merck. That allows Jason Maines to clear all the way back down to the bottom, and down he goes. Once again in front of Jeff Merck. Oh, the bottom does not have the push. Maines going to have to go now. If he wants to get back up, he does. It's going to force Eberhardt and Jones to have to lift a little bit. And allows the third line right back into the conversation as McCullough has just been soldiering away at the back bumper of the 6 of Cody Nagels since we went back to green. Jason drops the bottom, and now it might have been a mistake this time. Eberhardt, Jones, York, and Navarro are going to be there this time. Maines going to have to rely on the fresh temps of Jeff Merck to hopefully get him clear, get him back up into the middle of the racetrack, able to control the lines. 9 laps to go from Talladega. Not much time to go. Big push there from Eberhardt to Jason Maines. You saw how big a bump that was. Through 1 and 2, Merck another surge to the bottom with the help of Ron Morris. Still 2 by 2 up front. Who's the first one to jump up into this lonely third line? You know, somebody's going to have to do it. Cody's got temps to push. He's going to have basically free reign for about 2 to 3 laps of pushing. But now his help abandons him. Josh McCullough fades into the middle line. It's going to be 2 by 2 all the way back. Logan York says, okay, he's going to abandon it. I'm going to go up there. Kyler Wynn thinking the same thing. York waiting on Cody Nagels. You want a good pusher to get you to a race win. This is the guy to do it. Cody Nagels, certainly one of the better pushers on the racetrack. Maines, middle to bottom, leaves the middle for Eberhardt. Imagine Maines is going to get back up as soon as he can right here, but the push is not there on the bottom to keep him clear. Oh, he's going to try it anyway. That was a little bit riskier, but makes it work nonetheless. Eberhardt cutting some slack. Still 8 laps to go. Not time to force the issue quite yet. So Maines continues to lead. Logan York, Cody Nagels up in the outside line. Needs some more help. Merck pokes his nose back out front, but only for a moment. Here comes Maines once again. Jason Maines, the help of Daniel Eberhardt. 7 laps to go. More cloud cover in turns 1 and 2. Another look at the track temp. It's down below 100, so the further down it goes, the easier it's going to be to push for longer periods of time and not worry about the temperatures underneath the hood. Jason Maines still out front. Jeff Merck trying to deny him another victory. Inside of 7 laps to go at Talladega. Third line still chipping away at it. Logan York, Cody Nagels. York is trying his best. Trouble. Ron Morris is around. I was looking at the third line. He spins to a stop against the inside wall. It's not going to be enough to bring out a yellow flag. So Morris going to get it righted and go in the right direction. That allows the Maines teammates to drop to the bottom. Maines and Dylan Jones, we're going to scatter just a little as Cody Nagels has found his way into the middle line now. In front of Josh McCullough, allows Eberhardt and Navarro to get hooked up in that middle line. Cody Nagels just trying to play spoiler right here, I think. Not really much he can do being a lap down, except for figure out who he's going to push, figure out who he's going to help. Bottom line surges back once again. Here comes Jason Maines to the help of his teammate Dylan Jones and the 60 of Jeff Merck. Third line, here we go again. Josh McCullough, Logan York, John Ward going to try to get it teed up out there against the outside wall. Top shelf, here they come. It's a huge run from the top line. Here comes Josh McCullough. Can he get the lead going into one? I think he can. He goes to the race lead once again. 5 laps to go from Talladega Superspeedway. New leader Josh McCullough in the 0-5. Top line still chugging too. Logan York with help from John Ward, Kyler Wynn, and Kenny McCullough now trying to get it rolling as Logan York looks to go back to the race lead. Jason Maines got to be really careful here. Got to hope for a great push from his teammate. If they start to cycle around him, his race could be over. He's trying to side draft. He's up trying to do anything he can. He's going to keep it even for now. He'll have a nose out front of the field in 3 and 4. He's got to hope that top line fades and the middle line doesn't start to cycle him out. Nagels trying to go around Kyler Wynn. Kenny McCullough, Mark Vondell, top shelf a little bit further back. York with help from John Ward up top. Kenny McCullough, Mark Vondell trying to get there to help him. Josh McCullough continues to lead inside 4 laps to go now. Two by two up front, Jason Maines and Josh McCullough. And now 3 wide. Logan York gets a healthy bump from John Ward. We're going to go 3 wide, racing for the race lead inside 5 laps to go. York wants it. Can Ward and Davenport give him enough support? Jason Maines down along the yellow line, the shortest way around this 2.66-mile racetrack. Josh McCullough gets a little bit of a bad bump from the 90 of Eberhardt. He had to back off. Allows the top line to start to try to get back up there again, but it's all Jason Maines and Josh McCullough up front. 3 laps to go from Talladega. Jason Maines poking a nose back out front once again. Logan York and John Ward pinching awfully hard, trying to get anything going in that outside line. York gets there, but now Ward gets off his bumper and their run is gone. And they're going to fade once again. Allows 2 by 2 to continue here. When we hit the line, it will be 2 laps to go. The race will be official as long as we make it to the white flag. John Ward, Mike Davenport dive out of line. Kenny McCullough, Brandon Broadfoot trying to come to the aid of Logan York as he tries to side draft. 2 laps to go from Talladega. Josh McCullough is the closest he's been to clearing the bottom. Jason Maines doing just enough to stay in front of him, but Dylan Jones is way off the back of his teammate. Eberhardt bails on McCullough, though. He goes to the outside. Daniel Eberhardt 3 wide for the race lead at Talladega. Maines gets forced below the yellow line. They all come back up. They're going to be 3 wide. Eberhardt's going to go to the lead, and he might bring Logan York with him. He does. They're going to go all the way top to bottom. Field spreading out, dicing around. Who's going to make the right move? York, I think, has to go now or he's going to get buried. No time. Eberhardt to the top to block. Leaves York, Maines, and Jones on the bottom. Here we go into the tri-oval. Ward jumps up in front of Kenny McCullough. Eberhardt to the bottom in front of Logan York. We're going to settle it out right here, right now. White flag from Talladega Superspeedway. The McCullough teammates up in the outside. Jeff Merck going with him. Now gets bailed by Mike Davenport. Merck going to have to try to find a way around. Eberhardt the shortest way around the racetrack. Obviously Logan York hoping to get a clear opening. Josh McCullough in the middle line trying to get some help from Andrew Navarro. Ward topside. They've got a big run. Does Kenny have enough of a push in him? They've got Jeff Merck. Eberhardt trying to hold on to it. McCullough goes to the lead. Ward goes to the lead. Oh boy, here we go. Off turn number 4. Contact between Kenny and Josh. Still all McCullough Motorsports up front. Josh McCullough in the 0-5. Trouble further back. Danny Barnes and Cody Nagels get together. Never mind. Davenport wrecks now with Jeff Merck. Dylan Jones, Brandon Broadfoot go around. It's all to race for here in the Tri-Oval. Down to the checkered flag they come. John Ward wins it from McCullough Motorsports. It's a McCullough 1, 2, 3 finish tonight from Talladega. As John Ward, Josh McCullough, and Kenny McCullough complete the epic run to the finish for those 3 cars. What an excellent finish it was. As John Ward gets the job done, a couple of different wrecks behind him. We'll take a look at those in a moment. We're going to give John Ward here an opportunity to come around and celebrate with his McCullough Motorsports teammates. Josh McCullough starting to burn it down. You got to imagine John Ward's going to follow. It's a double burnout here on the front straightaway of Talladega Superspeedway. Wondered if Kenny was going to get in on the action. John Ward gets the job done here. And Josh gets a little bit of friendly contact there on the celebration. What a win it was for these guys tonight. Well, we'll go back and try to break down what happened off of turn number 4 for you. You see in the back of your screen, Cody Nagels, Danny Barnes are going to get together here. Actually, I think going to miss that a little bit. Maybe on the tail end of your frame, Danny Barnes starts to try to hit the gap on the bottom. Cody's already there. Not really much he can do. You see the contact between the 6 and the 7. And you're going to see more contact here off turn number 4. I think it's going to be between Mike Davenport and actually Kenny McCullough. Wow, that was awfully close. Davenport comes down, bounces off Jason Maines. Is going to get hooked off the bumper of Dylan Jones. Jeff Merck, man, I'm running out of words to describe how unlucky the past couple of months have been for the driver of the 60. He once again slides to a stop here on the last lap. Kyler Wynn drives through the wreck. And then here's the finish. John Ward side by side with his teammate. He's got his teammate behind him. Eberhard on the bottom. Logan York pushing for all he's worth. Eberhard doors the 0-5. Actually, he's going to spin out of a money spot. And John Ward comes across the line in the first position. So, give me one moment. I'm going to try to get our top 3 working their way over here. So we can talk to them. So let me get them. Let me try to get the message out to them really quickly. We'll come back. We'll do your finishing results, and hopefully by then we'll be able to talk to the all McCullough Motorsports podium here tonight from Tuesday Night Thunder. Give me just a moment. All right, so we'll let those guys start to make their way over here. Hopefully we do get to talk to them tonight after what was a great run for those 3 teammates. And we will, in the meantime, go through your finishing results here from the Talladega Superspeedway. John Ward gets the victory tonight in Tuesday Night Thunder off-season racing. Josh and Kenny McCullough rounding out the top 3. Andrew Navarro finishes in 4th. Final money spot tonight, Logan York in 5th. Great race for the driver of the 0-2. I'm sure he'll be happy with that run. Daniel Eberhard finishes 6th tonight with Jason Maines in 7th. Brandon Broadfoot goes 8th tonight with Mike Davenport in 9th. And Mark Vondell rounding out the top 10. Dylan Jones finishes 11th. Danny Barnes finishes 12th. Jeff Merck in 13th. Kyler Wynn in 14th. And Aiden Kirk rounds out the top 15. Last 3 cars in the field tonight. Cody Nagels, Ron Morris, and John Mullihan. What a great race it was. here at Talladega. We're still waiting just a moment, trying to get your top 3 for interviews. We will give them a few minutes, just like we did last week. All right. Well, we're going to talk in just a moment about what's coming up as we try to give these guys just a couple more minutes. I know they're probably over in their own area right now, so we'll give them a couple of minutes before we walk away here tonight. I want to thank everybody once again for joining me, and we'll go in to what's coming up, and that is Thursday night, PGR Thursday Night Heat. We have more off-season racing for Ron Morris Racing next Tuesday night. As well as on the Ghost Racing Network, you got NSRA Sunday Select Racing trucks from Daytona International Speedway on Sunday night around 9 p.m. Austin will have the call for you on that one. I'll be on the racetrack once again. It's been some great racing in NSRA. If you want to check out some league racing here on the Ghost Racing Network, start with NSRA. It's a lot similar to what you see in Money Racing. It's great racing. It's great pitch strategy. It's a lot of fun, and it certainly is a great way to spend a Sunday night. So join us for that. Join us next Tuesday. Join us for PGR on Thursday, and then we have our draft event. And let me tell you, that's going to be a lot of fun. And we'll actually, you know what, we're actually going to say that we do have our top 3. So we'll go through the top 3 first, give them a chance to speak their mind, and then I'm going to talk a little bit about this draft event that's coming up next Thursday night here on the Ghost Racing Network for PGR Thursday Night Heat. But first, we're going to get into your top 3. And who better to start with than Kenny McCullough Jr. in the 0-3. So we'll try to grab him on in here and get a word, see what he's feeling about tonight's race. Hey, Kenny, it's Dawson up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Wow. Well, hey, what an effort by the McCullough boys there at the end. You guys come from basically mid-pack on the last lap. You end up going 1, 2, and 3. You come home third. Just kind of take me through how you're feeling about the last lap and y'all's race in general.
Oh, man, that race was crazy. I realized that at the beginning I didn't want to be on the bottom when I got on the apron there and about lost it. I figured I'd wait to the end. I didn't have no fast repairs, so I had to wait there, and I think it benefited waiting. Everybody up front got hot, and me and John made a good move there, and Mark there gave us a good push on the high side, which helped us out, man. That was awesome. Color Motorsports 1, 2, 3. Can't ask for no better.
No, you really can't. And just you kind of take us through the racing, and it was really crazy. It looks like y'all were dicing a lot. It was a lot of lead changes, a lot of different guys getting out front. Just, kind of take us through, why that was happening. Was it something you guys did as drivers? Was it the track temp? Just kind of, give us an idea of why we saw such crazy racing tonight.
We're all still trying to figure out this package with this Xfinity car. I love it. I mean, I like the trucks, but you got to actually drive these things. And once the tires get worn, it starts getting real slick and real loose in the rear end. So, man, I love this car, but we're all just trying to get it figured out. Good racing by everybody, though.
Oh, absolutely. And you guys come out at the great end of it with a 1-2-3 finish. You finished third, and while we have you for a second, anybody you want to thank or shout out?
Yeah, I got to thank the family for tuning in and watching. Thank you for doing the broadcast. Ron for putting this thing on, and thank them badass teammates I got.
All right, well, congrats on that third place finish. We'll let you go celebrate with your teammates, and we will see you next time. Thanks for talking to us.
Yes, sir.
That is Kenny McCullough in the 0-3, your third place finisher tonight. We'll move the next step of your podium. That's going to be Josh McCullough, and get used to it. It's an all McCullough Motorsports podium tonight, so we'll see what he's got to say about the effort he and his teammates put in here tonight. Hey, Josh McCullough, it's Dawson up in the booth. You got a copy?
Gotcha.
All right, well, hey, you guys come home 1-2-3. It certainly was a great effort. We saw you lead in laps. Just kind of take us through your night and how you're feeling about a second-place finish.
Yeah, I was just having fun racing, and can't believe all teammates got 1, 2, 3. It was a rough race. Really sketchy on that bottom line, that's for sure. But that third lane's really fast.
It was. We saw you guys come through the field there on that last run, but we saw you up front quite a bit. Just, kind of just take us through your perspective. Like, is it that you like these cars? Have you gotten used to them? Kind of take us through your opinion of the racing we saw tonight.
I've been getting a lot of practice in John Ward's pot races. He be putting these on a lot, so I get a lot of practice, and I really love him.
Well, absolutely. Repetition is huge. We heard from several guys about that in last night's race. Well, you guys come home 1-2-3. It's got to be some great momentum for the team going forward, I would imagine.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, hey, we have you for a second. Anybody you want to thank or shout out while you have the platform?
Yeah, I want to thank Ron Morris for putting the race on, and I want to thank you for putting on the broadcast. I want to thank my team.
Well, what a great effort it was for you guys tonight. You come home in the second position. Congrats on that. We'll let you go celebrate it. Thanks for talking to us.
Thank you.
As Josh McCullough in the 0-5. And that's going to leave us with one and only driver to go. You know him well. The guy who runs the Little Guys Series on Monday nights, puts the races on, and has none other than John Ward in the 92. We're going to get a word from him just briefly about his victory here tonight. Hey, John Ward, it's Dawson up in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you, Dawson.
Wow, what a heck of a run by you guys there at the end. You come from mid-pack and get the job done. Take me through the last couple laps and how you managed to get to victory lane.
Yeah, I was just looking for a hole there. I want to thank you for the broadcast to begin with. I was just trying to find a hole. I tried trying to get anybody to go with me up there. I think I had Logan to go up there for a little bit, and then we didn't get a good run and got back down. I had Merck behind me for a minute, didn't have a good run, got back down, and finally seen the opening, and Kenny was up there, and I barely got clear and jumped up in front of him, and we was on Discord. He said, I got you. I got help coming. So I knew we was going to have a good run, and we got the job done on the top. He pushed me. If it wasn't for him pushing me and Merck back there, I don't think we would have got the run. But done a good job there to bring home the 1-2-3.
Yeah, you guys did. You come home 1-2-3. So kind of take us through the early part of the race. We saw you and a couple other guys go to the back. Is that just getting used to this car, or was that planned out strategy? No matter what car it was, just kind of take us through the decision making there.
Yeah. I'm maybe I guess they say a veteran, but I like to just hang out. My strategy, hang out. You can't get up there and race the whole time. It's just real stressful for me. So I'll ride for the first little bit and feel things out. But yeah, that's just how I like to race. And then towards halfway, I'll try to get going up towards the front there. But yeah, it was pretty clean. It wasn't a bad race at all, considering we didn't have a really big field. But yeah, it was real good. Had a couple cautions there, but for the most part, it was a really good race.
Yeah, it was. And with that 1-2-3 finish, I got to imagine that's some serious momentum for you and your teammates going into really what's going to be a couple big weeks of racing here. So just kind of take me through what this does for you guys as a team when you have a run like that, and especially when you have a last couple laps like that and you can get the job done. And you just kind of take me through what it does for you guys as a team.
Yeah, Dawson. We with a lot of races here, we're being wrecked at the end. Maybe one or two of us to get up there, get in the money position, and for us three to get a 1-2-3, that means a lot for this team. We needed that. We've been struggling a little bit. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I say, we all ain't been up to the front. So this really gives us a lot of motivation, and brings everything together. Should give us some momentum going on in to these races coming up.
Oh, absolutely, it does. You come home with a victory tonight. Well, we've got you for a second. Anybody you want to thank or shout out?
I want to thank my team for sure, McCullough Motorsports. They always help me out. They did a wonderful job. Them guys, ever since I come along, they've been helping me and showing me a way. If it wasn't for them, I probably wouldn't be where I'm at today. So I really want to thank them, and I want to thank Ron for putting on the Thursday or Tuesday Night Thunder. Hopefully the season will start up pretty soon. And thank you for the broadcast, Dawson. You always do a great job.
Well, I appreciate that, and congratulations on a huge win for you tonight. You get the job done. Thanks for talking to us. We'll see you next time.
You got it. Well, I'm gonna shout out to Austin Green. I watched him in that college race. He done a hell of a job up front.
Absolutely, he did, and we hope to see him back here very soon. Thanks for talking to us, John.
You got it.
John Ward, the 92, your victor here tonight at Talladega Superspeedway. You heard him mention Austin, like we were talking about earlier. Austin Green in the college series. Again, want to wish him the best of luck here going forward. That's a really big deal that he was able to make that race. It was a stacked field. He almost got the job done. He was up front all night. It was really fun to watch. So we'll see how that goes for him going forward. That's going to do it for us from Talladega Superspeedway. We do have that draft event coming up a week from Thursday for PGR. I'm going to start to plug it now. So pay attention. You do not want to miss this. A week from Thursday, instead of PGR Thursday Night Heat as you're used to it, we are actually going to have a team draft event where 12 selected captains are going to draft 3 drivers of their choice. At least I understand it's 3 drivers of their choice from a pool of paid entries to run on their team. So that the NBGs, the Mains, the McCullough Motorsports of the world are going to be no more, at least for a couple of hours, a week from Thursday. It's going to be a really interesting event. I'll be on the racetrack. I'll be on somebody else's team that maybe I'm not used to, and it's going to be a really great experience. You do not want to miss that. It's going to be a really unique event, and I am so looking forward to it. It's going to be right back here on the Ghost Racing Network. That's a week from Thursday, about 9 days from now, so mark the calendars. In the meantime, we got PGR Thursday Night Heat on Thursday night. We got some more, I believe we got some more NOMA action coming up. They might have an off week this week, actually, on the Ghost Racing Network. Fast Track Cup Series, Four Corners Racing League, all coming up for you on the Ghost Racing Network, as well as NSRA Sunday Select. And I should be back with you here on another Tuesday night next week. I want to thank everybody for tuning in once again. My name is Dawson Wise. You've been watching the Ghost Racing Network. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for enjoying the race with me. I certainly enjoyed being here. Until next time, everybody.